Yesterday, President Trump making good on a campaign promise declaring Jerusalem as the capital of Israel and beginning the process to move the embassy there from Tel Aviv as soon as the State Department can find some land. Our next guest argues actions like that one, the reason why President Trump is in the White House. Here to explain, Fox News contributor Erick Erickson. Good morning to you, Erick.
Good morning.
Okay, so the headline in your op-ed on foxnews.com, Jerusalem is why Trump's in the White House. What are you talking about?
Well, President Trump is making the most grievous sin a politician can make in Washington. He's actually doing what all the politicians in Washington say they want to do when they know they don't have to. He's taking them at their word. I mean, just like he took Republicans at their word that they wanted to repeal Obamacare when they probably really didn't. He's moving the capital, recognizing Jerusalem as the capital of Israel, which, by the way, it already is. He's just recognizing reality. When every major politician, every presidential candidate, both parties of Congress in their platform documents, and a bipartisan resolution of Congress all declared that we should do exactly what he did. And now that he's done it, they're all like, oh, gosh, he can't do that.
And in fact, Nancy Pelosi, who was just a member of Congress back in the mid-90s, she voted for this, and now she's against it. What's up with that?
Right. Look, this is just Washington hypocrisy. These politicians do things and then they go fundraise on them and say, I support this, knowing that it's never going to happen. Well, now it is. By the way, it's really rich to watch these Democrats who said we've got to change our Cuba policy because it wasn't working for so long, suddenly say, oh, we can't change this policy in Israel that hasn't been working to something that might actually work.
Right. Well, his critics, President Trump's critics say, you know, he ruined the Mideast peace process. Really?
What peace process?
Exactly.
Right. Listen, in Washington, there's this little game where they turn a blind eye to all the violence happening in Israel, all the rockets launched by Palestinian activists, until Israel does something. Then suddenly they do this, both sides are to blame. Both sides are not to blame for this stuff, and at least we finally have a president willing to say that both sides aren't to blame here. One side is a Western democracy that we should be supporting.
I got to read the last line of your column. It says the reaction of Washington's elite will only prove to Americans that the voters were right all along about the liars inside the Beltway. And that, in turn, will probably help reelect the president in 2020. If you want to read it, go to foxnews.com. Erick Erickson, always a pleasure.